Oh, so that one's too big to carry you around when you're out, so let's try this one. So this one was £20 and it came in a really nice folder. What I thought it was going to be. Little baby radio. So I'm going to get a plug, probably get a cable. So at least I can charge it up in the car. The radio out. So I can put it by a window, hopefully. Go and get the air out. I'm going to have to put the camera down. Let's see. How does this aerial come out? There we go. So I'll hit the button then, but as you see, so at least you can take this one on the train, listen to it on the train. Well, I've got to charge it up because it's already turned it on, which is a bit strange. It does. You can also put the batteries, Sandy, got a removable battery. I'll put it by the window, see if it does anything, but probably not going to do anything. It's been so hot here. It's probably going to get too hot if I put it there. I'll put it there, it'll probably overheat, but I'll plug a lead in it. I'm not going to leave it there in the sun, because it's well hot. Right, it's not going to get much signal in here, but at least I can turn it on and get a rough idea, and I will do a proper thingy, so let's find out how do you turn it on. Let's have to go. Oh. Oh, that one doesn't work. So it's already picking up ones that don't normally come through. So normally you get about 55 in this one. So it's already picking up.
That are posed on our rivers, but help in some way.
Well, I mean, funny enough, after this film's been released recently, I've had quite a few people contact me. I think there are people already doing things. There are another river group, the River Pant, recently contacted me. They're interested in doing things. I think we want this film to set out ways in which communities can come together. As you said, you know, it's a process that has to go step by step. You can't fix rivers overnight. It's going to take a long, long time. But if everyone did something, and that might range from becoming involved in some sort of citizen science initiative, you know, measuring pollution in the river. People, I see people in this area cleaning up rivers.
It has an equaliser.
Some sort of you know, incremental step that you can do. We can't do it all, but if we all do something small, then that will hopefully build in a similar way to a river does, from a very small spring into something that flows out into an estuary. You know, there's the kind of poetic side of that.
That was a very lovely analogy, Tony. So if you just look up sustainable
so straight away it's already picking up
anybody who's listening
many stations.
I urge you to go ahead and watch the documentary. Of course you can find on YouTube. Can you let us know where else, Tony, people can come and watch the documentary?
Way more than what it should be picking up.
We've got
so
our
it
next
seems
Imaginarium, which
really pulling the signals in these conditions.
That's the University of East London Stratford campus.
I normally only get about 55 in this one.
If you look for the Cultural Engine Research group blog, you'll get the details of that. But it's at Stratford on the 18th, Saturday 8th.
It's brilliant. Me and my sister Di went on Sunday to the V&A. Absolutely outstanding. So much history. Of course I can. Happy birthday to you, Di. I'd also just like to take a moment to remember the brilliant Bonnie Tyler. Really sad news came in from her family this morning. She passed away unexpectedly last night as a result of the illness she'd been fighting for several months. She was 75, and what a woman she was, a real talent and an icon in equal measure. Gave us so many great songs, Total Eclipse of the Heart, Holding Out for a Hero, and this one, It's a Heartache.
Yeah, so it's not as spicy as the other radio,
Interesting to hear from you. Thank you very much, Steve. Stephen Nottingham. Let's hear from Lauren in Glasgow. Hi, Lauren.
Sounds clearer.
So my opinion is that Rupert will just take advantage of
and this is
something that happened
radio
30 years ago,
so,
and our gun laws are correct.
I got it for £20.
And it makes you question whether he did it for this very reason, that people would start discussing
this. This is the other one I was comparing it to.
I think discussion is always healthy. There's nothing wrong with discussion, and I don't mind that. But I agree with you that he's done it cynically.
It had more bass.
I mean, you know, I don't think
the Bluetooth wasn't very good on it.
But let's face it, in America, the amount of school shootings that have taken place is, you know, ridiculous. And that the first caller that you had there, who was from Dunblane, who was personally affected by what happened, and quite rightly. I mean, the perpetrator of that
good for a call,
that school killing in Dunblane also had a background whereby he was known to be.
Do you know what I think as well, Lauren, on your point about the licensing? You have to prove you're fit to drive a car, because cars are dangerous if misused, and you should clearly have to prove that you are fit to use a gun for particular purposes, and those purposes should be very particular indeed. But I wholeheartedly agree with you, Lauren, that he has used Dunblane cynically here, which is it's despicable. Thank you very much for your call. That's Lauren in Glasgow. It's 2:31. More of your calls. Lived there now, lived there then. I'd love to hear from you on this if you feel you can and want to talk about it. 0345 6060 973. It's 2:32.
Across the UK, across continental North America, and around the world on the internet by webcast and by podcast. My name is Howard Hughes, and this is the... Across the UK, across continental North America, and around the world on the internet by webcast and by podcast. My name is definitely Howard Hughes, and this is still the Unexplained. Well, we're 3/4 of the way through September now, and I guess we're contemplating Christmas and the New Year, but God, what happened to this last year? It just kind of went in the snap of a finger, didn't it, by the looks of it? I know 3 months still to go, so, let's not write it all off yet. But, fascinating times in which we live, and we're surviving through. Here in London, it's starting to get dark now at about 7:30 in the evening. That's a bit of a shock. You just kind of ask yourself, what happened to summer? Anyway, look, I hope everything's okay with you, and that you're keeping happy, and that you're keeping engaged with the world, and life is delivering the things that you want. It's all we can hope for, any of us, isn't it, really? And, we hope for better times, too.
Okay, so another thing you can do is if you press the scan button,
Richard Nixon,
the little
and
thing
the outcome of the election that followed may have been quite different. That's not to say that it would have been an easy campaign for him. He would have had to fight for it. But had it not been for the... Across the UK, across continental North America, and around the world on the internet by webcast and by podcast.
Cool.
My name is Howard Hughes, and this is the Unexplained.
Just while pushing that button.
I hope that life is good for and to you. I've had some really, really nice... Across the UK, across continental North America, and around the world on the internet by webcast and by podcast. My name is Howard Hughes, and this...
Alright, so let's do a scan and see what it gets by the window, because this is the best spot, so turn it on.
Across the UK, across continental North America, and around the world on the internet by webcast and by podcast. My name is Howard Hughes, and this is The Unexplained.
Been known about for some time, you're right, and there are some absolutely horrific stories.
Turn it down in case it starts playing music, which I can't play. It's not getting coachy star. Must be weather conditions, because it should pick up coachy star. Getting everything apart from coachy star. Coaches and Max might be down. Yes, so that's falling in that one fine. So there's a problem with coaches and Max, because that is even weaker than coaches style. So let's see what's come on. I need to put someone talking on. Wow, this really seems to be putting in a signal, but I need to put one on of talking.
Against Kokkinakis and Kovacevic, it was tight, nothing to divide them, so to a tie-break we went here on court one as well. We were about 5 minutes behind, Claire, that thriller between Mukova and Goff. That is when Patton and Heliovara showed their class as two-time Slam champions, including here at Wimbledon 2 years ago. They won the first 3 points of the breaker, then ran away to take it 7-2. So the best in the world, a set away from another Wimbledon final. Second set underway. We're on serve with Kokkinakis and Kovacevic leading 2-1 on serve.
Thank you very much. So we're expecting players out in just under 15 minutes' time. Marta Kostyuk against Linda Noskova. But it gives us time to keep up to date with everything else that's taking place. And today is day one of the Scottish Open at the Renaissance Club. You can follow all of the action on the BBC Sport website. I'm very happy to say that we speak now to our golf correspondent Ian Carter. You swapped the tennis court for the golf course, Ian, and give us the headlines from day one of the Scottish Open.
Well, hi Gigi. Yes, it's been a lovely, lovely day here. A few degrees cooler than where you are, but perfect for golf, really. And out on the golf course right now, many big names. Matt Fitzpatrick at 3 under after 9 holes. Scotty Scheffler, the world #1, 2 under.
Car park and possessing a sharp-bladed article, namely a kapan in a public place as well, and then finally possessing a prohibited weapon, an air weapon, in a public place. So he's facing 4 additional charges. He was asked whether he would like this trial to be heard in the Magistrates or the Crown Court. He chose for it to come to the Magistrates Court here in Southampton. Now, Vikram Digwa, he...
life, and the rate at which people get approved for the benefit hasn't increased. So I don't think what we've seen is like a real watering down of eligibility. I think in the mental health space, what we have seen, and there's good evidence to support this, is a very real rise over the last decade in kind of mental distress, and in many cases kind of diagnosable mental health problems. And alongside that, we've
hold on.
Squeezed as a result of the cost of living crisis, and so that is going to lead more people to seek support, but it's not support they're receiving illegitimately, it's not support they're receiving on the basis of a kind of easier assessment than people were going through previously. I think what we are seeing...
blended up a fruit salad because I insisted on soup and served it to the...
Well, that's a weak station. I'll pick it up in the upper corner. So this, of course, is this one. I bet this one pick it up. And I'll go all the way to... picking it up well for that one. Alright, can we get 164?
So Kostyuk takes on Linda Noskova in the other semi shortly. Alfie Hewitt's through to the wheelchair singles semi-finals. A reminder that Britain's Arthur plays in the men's semi-final tomorrow. His match against Alexander Zverev is first up on centre court. In the next hour, England's men play India in their latest T20 match at Bristol. Meanwhile, Ben Stokes has reacted to the news that the ICC want to know how a video of him resigning in front of his teammates during a test match came to be shot, given that filming is not allowed in the locker room. He replied to the news with the message, "Sack him." Okay, all right. There you go. Well, thank you, Matt. Okay, that's interesting developments.
Simon Mayer's Album of the Week on Greatest Hits Radio.
July the 29th, 1980, new on RCA Victor Records, Voices from Daryl Hall and John Oates. It would be a massive hit, but very slowly because of hits like this. What I want.
That was 12 on this one. signal.